Okay.
All right.
Making sure that the chat is okay. Chat is going to show up, and that's going to be fun for people to walk in on. But I'm ready to stream whenever you guys are.
I've already started it.
I'm gonna spam
Already
the
started
chat.
it. Okay, great. Welcome to Beholding Dice. I am your resident DM, Arkenraptor, aka Nathan. Let's go around the room and introduce everybody and their characters. Deadly, let's start with you.
Alright, so I'm Deadly. I will be playing Lucien, who is a high elf ranger, and it's going to be interesting.
Okay, Falco, tell us about Officer.
Hi, I'm Falco. I'm playing Officer. He's a human fighter because I'm boring, and he's also a soldier, and he's trying to do his best, doing what he can.
Alright, Slothy, tell us about Chain.
Hi, I'm Slothus. I played Chain Tabaxi Rogue.
Alright, Brando, tell us about
all the information we need right there.
That's all that's needed.
Yep, so I'm playing Anira, an elf of unknown origin at this point for the party.
Right. That will become known as we adventure.
Yep. And she is a bard, and she is a little naive at this point because she is pretty young for an elf. She really shouldn't be out on her own.
Yeah.
And she has a special relationship with somebody else in the party, is that correct?
She and Zephyros had been traveling together for a while before they got separated.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Also, Chain and Officer, friends, ish.
They've been working
complicated.
together.
It's complicated.
That will become more apparent as we go on, the different dynamics between the people. Anestra, let's go with you. Introduce your character and what they're all about.
Sargoria, I am a tiefling warlock.
You're coming in very softly for me.
I am Sargoria, a tiefling warlock who enjoys a little more destruction here and there.
All right, Friendly Star, tell us about Poppy.
Poppy is a dwarf cleric.
Anything about their backstory or anything like that you want to disclose right this moment?
He's here to take names and kick some ass.
All right. Poppy is also our camera woman, or camera coach.
Okay.
This time you'll be able to
photos
see everybody's token and not just Poppy running upstairs for 3 rounds and then coming at the end of a battle.
Yeah, I'm new.
No, it's fine. They were the ones that
handle it. She just wanted to sit.
We'll get into that in a second. Attorney, tell us about Zephyros.
Zephyros is a 5-year-old druidic child with a deer skull. And
about how old is Zephyros?
5 years old.
5 years old, with a deer skull mask
that he doesn't take off.
Us youngins got to stick together.
He doesn't speak common, is that correct?
He does not.
So I think that's the most interesting part. That makes some fun role playing. To recap last session, you guys were in a random tavern in some random village. After a day of adventuring, you're kicking up your feet, having a good time, having a mug of ale, when this very flamboyant, very out there. Oh, I should also say that my audio is going to be very muddled because I am in a great place in Russellville, Arkansas called the Garage Arcade. And they're nice enough to allow me to DM here. Shout out if you're in Russellville, Arkansas, shout out to the Garage Arcade because they are amazing. but there will be espresso sounds, people talking, and bings and whistles from different arcade machines. Okay, you are in a tavern in town, and a very flamboyant, very colorfully dressed man sauntered in with a very heavy accent and trusted you adventurers with a letter saying that his master required help in the land of Barovia. And you took that letter and found that the burgomaster of Barovia needs help with his beloved daughter, Ilyana. And you guys took that as a directive and as a new adventure to find your way to Barovia, which is in the middle of the Svalich Woods, Svalich. I'm not good with Polish, as you will see in this game. It's a very Polish-heavy game. Svalich Woods.
We get to see how talented
They made their way in, and mist started to surround them. They came through huge iron doors that magically opened whenever they came close to them, and seemingly closed, or they closed seemingly with nobody closing them behind them. So some kind of magic is at play. They were allowed in, but they're not allowed out. So they are able to finally find their way to the village of Barovia. Now, the party is right here. And they were kind of herded in by this mist that seemed to have a mind of its own and taken to this house, this very nice, well-kept mansion. Crying children were standing in front of, one little boy holding a doll and one older girl trying to shush him to be quiet. There's a monster living in their basement, and that their parents are in the house, and that they would appreciate it, obviously, if the adventurers would come and slay the monster so they wouldn't be scared anymore. Make their way into the house, find it very well furnished, very well made. There are, with some creepy elements also kind of intertwined in there. One example being a mantelpiece of dancing figures of porcelain. If you look more closely, some of them were dancing figures of skeletons. Some of the walls, instead of dancing children, it was actually children with bats swatting at their heads, and different other creepy elements like that. So this mansion may not be as it seems.
It's real spooks magooks.
It spooks Mamagoots, if anything. And I'm going to check the stream right now to make sure that we're streaming. Because we're professional here at Beholding Dice.
Also, I actually have things to drink out of my fighter mug today, so I can actually use it for a little bit.
What are you doing with your mic?
That's true. Live now, we are streaming.
Following it, I guess. So.
Yes, we are. That's great. Thank you so much, Poppy, for being our camera dwarf.
You're welcome.
Take us back into the creepy mansion, also known as the Death House.
Yep.
Adventurers on the 3rd floor, where they had just defeated an animated armor. And two are Chain and Lucien are both at 0 health.
No, Lucien's alive. Zephyros went down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Zephyros and Chain are at 0 health. They are conscious, but just barely. They don't have to make any death saving throws, and Lucien is at 1 hit point, so it's looking pretty dire.
That's not what I meant to do.
So what would you guys like to do?
officer, seeing that everyone is unconscious, is just or close or barely able to move, is gonna pick up Chain and look to Poppy like, pick up the boy. We should bring him downstairs.
Okay, you would like to move downstairs with Chain?
Officer's gonna carry her down, and he looks at Poppy and is like, bring the boy downstairs. They need to rest.
1 second. Let me move you guys. Because you can't move between floors. You are brought down back to a landing with 4 suits of armor around you.
The officer's gonna head all the way down to the first floor.
Do we have any
All the way down to the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you go back down the spiral staircase all the way down to the first floor that has a fireplace. Well, each floor has a fireplace, I should say.
Even though he can't see very well, he's gonna make his way towards the area with the dining table and.
Yeah, you're going down the spiral staircase. You're able to kind of feel your way through.
Yeah, he's going to make his way into the room with the dining table and push the dining table out of the way, and he's gonna take off his cloak and roll it up into a little bundle and put Chain down and lay her head on the little cloak bundle.
Okay, you're able to move now. You're on the first floor.
Well, you can't see anything.
Oh, that's right. Chains, you are unconscious, I believe.
Yes.
Communicate.
Yes, I am unconscious.
Officer, make an investigation check to see if you can feel your way around to find the dining room table, if you remember where it was.
Please just face plant through the door.
You kind of stumble around. And brought to the place of the dining table.
Yeah. Officer's going to shove the dining table against one wall and roll up his little cloak into a little pillow and put it down and put Chains and lay her head on the pillow. Or put Chain down, lay her head on the pillow.
Okay, so...
Then he's gonna light a torch so he's not fucking blind.
The silverware and prepared food goes flying as you knock the table over to the side. Able to do this? No, Polygon Line. You know how Roll20 works.
Do you really, though?
We really don't.
How many hours do you really have?
567, I believe.
Oh, you're close. I'm a little over.
I know a little bit about Roll20.
650.
What are the rest of you? What would the rest of you like to do? Are you there?
Nope.
I am here.
Poppy, are you still in the Discord?
Yes.
Yes. All right, Poppy, what would you like to do?
I'll take what's his face downstairs, the deer head, Zephyrus.
Okay.
Go and meet officer.
You're following him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can follow directions. I mean, I just got here, guys, but I guess I'll go back downstairs.
Well,
And you have dark vision, so you're able to find your way very easily.
Mm-hmm.
After lighting his torch, officer will set down his backpack and to use as a pillow for the boy. There's a fireplace in here.
Officer is lighting his torch.
Yep. Officer will also light the fireplace so there's even more light.
I cannot do that right now. I should have made a torch icon so you could do that.
That's fine.
You are emitting light, but the fireplace is not.
That's fine.
It is.
Yeah. But after that, Officer will post up in a corner and just lean against the wall with his arms crossed, and watch the two unconscious people.
Lucien, what would you like to do?
I wonder.
I will bring up the fact that you are almost dead.
Yes, that is a fact.
Don't tell nobody.
I've got bodies to search.
Lucien, what would you like to do? And thank you, Brandon, for your discretion.
Every dang body's leaving me.
Everybody that has the ability to heal has left you.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to go downstairs and I'm gonna be like can anybody possibly freaking heal me?
Okay.
I suggest
you have dark
resting.
vision as well, so it's really easy for you to find yourself into the dining room where chains. Is it chain or chains? Office?
Singular.
It is
Okay.
chain. I am one person.
Gotcha.
If I learn
I
mirror
didn't know.
image, it will then
The
become
name
chain.
chains. It's just a name. It could be anything.
I mean, it might be chains when you pull your pants. I forgot we're streaming.
Right. That's yeah.
It's fine.
It was such a good joke too.
Hold on. There you go.
Oh, you stopped streaming?
No.
Oh.
Oh, we're not. No.
I just have a Lenny face.
This is not a family-friendly show, and we're okay with that. Sigornan.
You said it is.
Their name? It says this is not a family show.
Oh, good. Then when you pull your pants down, then you got chains.
You already said that. Fucking hell. Sargoria, that is your name. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna search the body we just killed.
You find a rusted armor that doesn't seem to have any type of belt pouch or any type of
A rusted what?
any type of belt pouch or any type of container or anything within. It just seems like an empty suit of armor now.
Okay.
There's no magic holding it up. It's all just pieces of armor that are now scattered along the floor.
All right. Did we actually go? We didn't go into any of these rooms, did we?
You open, I believe, Lucien, open the door that's behind you.
This one. This one.
And then just got throttled by the armor.
Behind the one you can see through.
Oh, this one. Okay. Well, I guess.
And during this, you also hear a noise coming from one of the rooms.
Can I tell which room?
We will see. Reiner, do you have that queued up?
Hold on. I didn't know if you were.
I hear music. Such lovely music. Must I destroy it?
It seems to make a perception check.
Kill them all.
Oh, yeah. It seems to be coming from the room right here. It seems to be coming from this door.
Okay, well then I'm gonna come into this room, do a search through the room before I go through the door.
Okay, it seems to be a nicely furnished room. Give me one moment.
Do I notice any secret compartments or check?
Dust and cobwebs shroud an elegantly appointed bedroom, and double doors set with panes of stained glass reveal the balcony overlooking the front of the house. The bedroom contains a large bed, 2 end tables, and an empty wardrobe. Mounted on the wall next to the wardrobe is a full-length mirror with an ornate wooden frame carved to look like ivy and berries.
That looks pretty. Do I see, like, I'm gonna look around the mirrors and the door, anything like that real quick. Do I notice anything?
You did with your perception check that you already did, to hear where the music was coming from.
Right, that was where the music was coming from. Do another perception.
Do another perception check.
Ooh.
Don't feel anything or see anything strange. It seems to be a normal bedroom.
I'm going to then go to the door where I'm hearing the music from, and is it locked?
It's absolutely locked. You try the door and it is deadbolted.
I'm going to knock on the door then and say, I heard your music and it sounds like perfection. May I enter? I'd love to speak with whoever's producing this music.
So I'm gonna knock back and then say, I can't get out. I'm trapped in here.
Knock on the door. Housekeeping.
Brainerd,
I thought about that. I thought about doing that. Housekeeping.
Brainerd, to describe your surroundings, you are in a nursery that contains a crib covered with a hanging black shroud.
Is there anything in the crib? Or is it
When you
just...
part the shroud, you see a tightly wrapped baby-sized bundle lying in the crib.
Oh god. It's going to be a vampire baby.
Can I poke it with the blunt end of my rapier?
Poke it with the stick.
Unwrap it with the blunt end of your rapier.
The
Yeah,
crib
'cause
is
I
a
don't wanna-
mimic. It eats your hand.
Yeah, like, poke it with, like, where the handle's
The
at.
pommel. The pommel.
Like,
End up
hold
being a
on,
rough
hold on.
monster.
Carefully to the blade and poke on it with the other end.
Okay, you carefully move the wrapping, undoing it, and roll out the bundle, and you find nothing inside.
It's a mimic.
I'm gonna stay on the far side of the room. I'm gonna stay by the door.
Okay, so since he said that, am I able to like figure out the lock, or is there a key in the room that I might have missed maybe to unlock that?
You can search.
Just Eldritch Blast the handle.
That's gonna be my next thing.
Okay, let's go with everybody else. Chain and Zephyros, you're still unconscious.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
Just continue being unconscious.
Anymore, please.
Hey, you guys
officer.
can't really do anything being unconscious, so
What
I move in my sleep. Can I smack myself in the face to wake myself up?
you cannot. You are. Do people even dream when they're unconscious? I've never been unconscious before.
Yes, unconscious
Oh,
is just
yeah.
sleeping. It's like, yeah.
Officer is also standing here and giving them time to rest, to take a short rest, so they can recover.
I'm concerned about how much you guys know about being unconscious.
Why?
I know.
I run a very deadly game. Falco has been in it multiple times.
Yeah,
It is like sleeping.
I've been unconscious multiple times.
Yeah, I know. You got knocked unconscious by a noble.
Deadly, I definitely believe.
I've been.
So, Officer suggests a short rest. Lucien and Poppy, what do you think?
Yeah, that's
I want
fine.
somebody to heal me.
You can just rest and recover your strength on your own. If we can, it's best to save resources. Okay, go kill yourself upstairs then.
Okay, so you guys hunker down for a while. Also during this time, Sargoria, what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna try to open that door to rescue or find out whoever's in there.
And also, you might have heard there is a train outside of the garage arcade. This is the best
Same.
location to be doing dragons.
When
They're very accommodating.
when I hear he's trying to open the door, I'm gonna move to this corner of the room, and he's gonna hear this coming through the door, and he's gonna get a bardic inspiration.
Can you put that on the chat so we know exactly what that means?
Yep.
Or so that Sargoria knows exactly what that means? I'm thinking you know what Bardic Inspiration is, right?
I believe I know what it does.
You have to roll a d6 and add it to your roll.
You have one Bardic Inspiration die that you can add to any ability check,
Attack roll or saving throw.
attack,
Okay.
saving throw.
Yeah, pretty much any D20 roll or general D20 rolls. So saving throws, ability checks, attack rolls.
So do I
Which
roll?
also-
I roll the d6 once I'm decide what I'm using it for, right?
So you roll for the
Yeah.
ability check or the attack or the saving throw, and then you roll a d6, and that d6 is added to that.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, cool.
Is that
There's
yeah?
no
There's what?
character sheet to put. Just remember that you have it.
Okay, cool.
Your character sheet to put Bardic Inspiration, which is kind of an oversight by Roll20 in my opinion. But just remember that you have d6 to use at your leisure.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to go through and do another search of the room, but I'm going to be a little more detailed this.
What exactly are you searching?
I am looking for key, so I'm going to be looking in like cupboard. I'm going to be looking in the two stands next to the bed.
There's a wardrobe to your left if you're facing south.
So here?
Yeah, that right there is a wardrobe. Would you like to open it?
Yes.
You find nothing inside.
Okay. I'm going to look through the stuff around the bed here.
No, make a perception check.
Found it.
Oh my god.
Oh, all right. Well, you through the
Found it.
room.
What's that?
You are searching through the room, and as you're moving around, you feel a very cold spot in this area right here. And also, while you're searching, full-length mirror intertwined in the ivy and the berries, you notice eyeballs among the berries. And that a slight gap in the wall between the mirror and the rest of the wall. There's the seam there.
Okay. So I'm going to search where I feel the cold air and see if there's like an opening or something there that I can search.
As this corner right over here.
Which one? I'm not seeing which corner you're talking about.
Not pinging for some reason.
That
They're
corner?
all going to ping at once. You're going to see 3 of them. There you go.
All right, that corner.
It's in that corner right there.
Okay, so I'm going to search there and see where that cold air was coming from. If I've got to move stuff, I'm going to move stuff. Search the wall. Check
Do
the
an
floor,
investigation check for me, please. With that, you find that nothing seems to be coming out of the walls. The coldness doesn't seem to be emanating from the walls. You're almost filled with coldness from the inside as you're standing in that spot. You don't see a crack in the wall, or you don't see.
Do I see anything on the ceiling?
Nothing that seems to have a draft, if that's what you're looking for.
Okay, it's a ghost. I'm stepping away.
The coldness feels like it's almost inside you, and as you pass through it, it leaves your body and stays in that one place.
So as I step over I'm going to actually, instead of stepping there, I'm going to step here, and I'm going to ask generally in the room, is something or someone there and wants to show themselves?
You hear silence.
Okay. Then I'm going to just go ahead and investigate that mirror then.
Okay, you push open the mirror to reveal a secret door into a cobweb filled room with a wooden staircase leading upwards.
Okay, before I go up there by myself, I'm gonna go try to break him out.
That might be the smart decision. You are also doing this while everybody else is taking a short rest.
I want to come upstairs.
I was gonna say I don't believe I used any spells other than Eldritch Blast, because it says I still have 2 slots remaining, so that's not changed. So I'm okay with not taking a rest. Okay, so I'm going to try to open that door since I haven't found a key. Maybe take my dagger and try to break the lock, or if not, then I'll do an Eldritch Blast into the door.
Okay, 1 second. Everybody else, take the advantage of a short rest. You can use your hit die to regain health. Zephyros, you awaken from being unconscious.
I would also recommend both of you use hit dice to regain health.
Damn.
And
Oh! See, that's why you take a short rest.
Full help.
There you go.
That's why you take a
Still
short
wanna
rest.
smack you though. Shut up.
For what?
Does anything else happen on a short rest, or?
You get wild shape back, but you don't have that yet. Yeah.
And depending on what type of spellcaster, you sometimes get a couple or half your spell.
Yep, that's wizards with arcane recovery and warlocks.
Now I run up the stairs.
Do I wake up?
Yes, you do. And you can spend a hit dice to heal yourself.
While you were investigating the room and opening up the secret door, this is all happening downstairs. So, officer, actually, let's chain. Sorry, it's gonna take me a while to remember that. It's just chain.
Those pants being down.
Chain. What would you like to do?
I wake up.
You do wake up, and you regain 2 hit points, and you are wrapped in a cloak.
There's a cloak under my head, actually.
And also the cloak you're wearing.
Yeah. I toss Officer back his cloak as I hop down from the table.
The table is actually pushed to the side. If you see that lovely brown square.
Yep.
I can't physically move the table, but just it is silverware is thrown down to the floor. China has shattered to the ground, and the table is upended and slid across to the other side. You're on the floor right now.
Once Chain and Zephyros wake up, Officer, before Lucien starts to head out, he's gonna be like, "Can you please? I want to plan something out with everyone. Can you translate what I'm saying to the boy?"
I'm gonna ask him in Elvish if he knows Elvish.
Zephyros nods.
It's best we move along with caution. Since you two have taken heavy hits, you should probably stay towards the back if possible. I don't know what the girl up there is doing, but if she's still alive when we head back up, we should, her and I should take the front while everyone else tries to form behind us. We don't want anyone else getting separated, so we should try our best to stay together.
What are you doing during all this?
Me?
It's Poppy.
Sorry, you cut out a bit. Just
Or,
hanging out.
Sorry about that. Okay. Overlooking them getting back their second wind from unconsciousness.
Yes, I'm the caretaker of the poor, sad, unconscious people.
If the lot of you are able to move, then we should get moving. It's best if we make sure there are no more hostiles upstairs before we continue on any other actions.
Oh.
All right, let's
Other
go
than, getting me out.
and move in as if we're moving in combat. So you can only move 30 feet, most of you. Except for poor Poppy can only move 25 feet.
Womp womp.
Officer's gonna make his way to the base of the stairs and start heading up.
Okay, everybody else can move.
I wish to move.
It's
Okay,
happening
I'll just
all during Sargoria's both the room and also the cold spot.
By the way, Arkin, what's
Or-
that? Is that another doorway or was that a window?
That you're seeing through is a doorway.
This exactly
Oh, I'm
opposite of me.
sorry.
So I have two doorways, or is that a?
No, that is nothing. Oh, that is a window to the balcony. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You can see outside. All you see are stone and wooden buildings in a dusky, gray, depressing sky. Okay, so Sargoria did her investigation. Now, what would Sargoria like to do?
Like I said, I'm going to try to break down that door. So I'm going to start with my dagger.
A little bit soft right now.
Huh? I'm going to start with my dagger, and then I'm going to Eldritch Blast it if the dagger doesn't work. So.
Okay, great. Give me a dexterity check for me. Just straight dexterity. Okay, dexterity save works.
Oh, is that not? Whoops, did I do the wrong thing?
It's okay. You can also just hit dexterity underneath the abilities.
Oh, okay. Whoops, there we go.
It's okay. It was both +1, so I'll count the dexterity save as your actual roll.
Oh, thank you.
Or you don't have proficiency in dexterity saves, so you don't have extra advantage on it.
I have proficiency in dexterity saves. Oh no, I don't. Shit. Never mind. Disregard.
I have proficiency with dexterity.
Jimmy, the
I do.
deadbolt into, or the dagger into the side of the door and feel the deadbolt, and you're able to curve the blade in such a way catch just some defect, and with enough force, you are able to loosen the deadbolt from its holding in the door. At that same moment, as the door opens, you hear an ear-splitting shriek behind you that resonates throughout the house.
I assume, since it resonates throughout the house, Officer would then toss the torch back to Zephyros, pull out his shield, and start running.
It's a banshee. Great.
Hearing the scream, I will, and seeing Officer take off, I will also take off, but going faster than him.
Okay, with feline agility, yes.
Yep. So 60 feet.
Okay. So how
And then
far
I-
would that be? That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We
8.
said that it was like each staircase was like 30 feet or something like that, right?
They have squares on them. So to the next floor to be able to see it is about 30 feet. But that 60 feet takes you to the top of the staircase here on the 3rd floor. Officer, what would you like to do?
Wait, I'm not done.
Oh, James, please continue.
Do I see them through this door? I can see a little bit of some circles.
You can see what you can see.
Okay, then I will also just dash, because I can do that in the same turn, and run into the room.
Okay, you find Sargoria in front of a broken open door, and you feel a ghostly presence inside the room. How about let's everybody roll initiative?
As soon as I feel the ghostly presence, I step out of the doorway.
Why do you think Officer said to stay behind him?
Ooh.
Officer.
Officer!
Wait, Falcon, you have a
Zephyros!
+4 initiative?
Yeah? I'm a fast boy.
Dang.
I just rolled really bad.
Here
I rolled a 3.
When you match officer but don't nat 20,
Yeah, fucking hell, man. You really like your
all of
people
you
with the
for clicking your token and then hitting initiative.
I really
And also
enjoy
what?
alert.
Oh,
All right, next is Zephyros. What would you like to do?
Zephyros will cower a little bit because of the scream, but then slowly go up the stairs.
Okay, are you going your full movement?
Yeah.
So 30 feet would take you 1, 3, 4, 5. Six. It would take you up to the top of the second floor landing.
Okay. I also have alert, so I can't be surprised.
Okay. That's great. And you have a +5 bonus to initiative. That's awesome. Your turn. Turn, are you still there?
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything else in your character?
No. Well, I'll draw my spear, but that's really it.
You can also dash as an action
Oh, yeah.
if you
Yeah,
want
I'll
to go
go
an
ahead
extra
and
30
dash
feet.
upstairs. Yeah, I'll dash up the stairs.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That brings you up to just the very. You can peek over and see the remains of the animated armor as you're running up the stairs at full clip. Next is Officer. What would you like to do? Oh, I'm sorry.
Officer.
We should also put on battle music because it's battle time.
Officer will dash his 60 feet up.
Okay, that would put you, since Zephyros was,
He was one behind me, so I imagine it would put me in front of him.
it would put you right there.
There we go.
So you're able to get up to the third floor. And you're able to kind of have to dodge out Zephyros's antlers as you're running up the stairs at full speed.
Officer will also shout to Chain, like, stay back, and is going to give her a rally. So she has 4 temp HP.
Zephyros is a boy.
Yes.
Oh no, I said to Chain.
Oh, to Chains. You are not anywhere near Chains.
I'm at the edge of the stairwell, though.
Can you rally from without touching? I thought that was.
Rally is within 30 feet.
Okay, great. You. What do you say to inspire Chain?
I just say stand back.
All right,
That's
rally,
enough.
with rally, you gain 4 temporary HP.
Yay.
Is that all that you like to do on your turn, officer?
That's all I can do. That was everything.
All right, Lucien, what would you like to do?
The music is really, really loud.
Yeah, someone's got their music up really loud.
Yeah.
That is me. The music itself is really loud. Probably gonna
Okay.
echo in the
I have
stream.
it. I
Well,
have
too
it
bad.
turned off on my side, and I can hear it through your side, like I have it turned on for my.
So,
I'm using my mic on my laptop, so I can't hear you guys without turning up the volume, and I can't turn down the
You
music
can,
without
turn-
turning down the
you-
master volume.
Oh yeah.
So it's either actually now. For the sake of the stream, instead of hearing it twice, I'm going to turn down the master volume a bit.
Or you could just mute it on your computer, like for you, like mute that tab.
I can't. I'm on a Chromebook.
You can also
You can mute the tab on
open
a
up,
Chromebook.
You can open up Volume Mixer and just lower the sound that you get from the browser as well.
Okay, where would volume mixer be?
You right click the speakers, for sound. And then you open Volume
There's
Mixer.
nothing like that here on a Chromebook.
So, since you're on a Chromebook, right click on that tab that you have Roll20 open in and just hit mute tab.
Oh, perfect. Mute site.
Might be mute site.
Yeah, mute site.
Perfect. That is wonderful. Master Music is back up, and I can hear you guys.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much for that. I am sorry for the stream for hearing double music and maybe not being able to hear us. You there?
We'll live.
Yep.
Hey, Lucien, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna sit here until I hear the shrieks and screams of the others.
Okay.
You're gonna stand back in the dining room?
Chaotic neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Terrible screams.
Jane, what would you like to do? Oh, Poppy, you are not in the turn order.
Yeah, I just noticed that. What's going on there?
Rolled a
You
7.
did not hit your token at the same time as I can add you in the turn order real quick.
Okay.
And you rolled a 7?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I love that Officer and Zephyros are at the top. I just love Officer being high in initiative. He's the first fast character I've played.
You rolled higher than the rogue.
Yeah. Sure did. Rolled higher than the Rogue and the Ranger.
Exactly.
I'm gonna walk into the room and just peek around just enough to where I can see the thing. And
You see a ghostly apparition of a woman in ragged dress and air and has arms outstretched towards Sargoria and is screaming at the top of its lungs.
can it see me? Would I have sneak attack?
You do not know that.
Well, I need to know before I click it or not.
Oh, if you
There is no
if
sneak
Zakoria's
attack.
within, if Zakoria's within 5 feet of it, then
Nope.
you'd have sneak attack anyways.
It's on the other side of the room. Okay, I reach around the wall and just throw my dagger at it, and then leave the room again.
Okay, yeah, you would have to use your movement to Goria to be able to use your dagger.
No, I just poke my head around the wall and throw it. I don't.
You're gonna have to use your movement to move into the room.
I know I'm gonna use it to move into the room, but I mean that's not all of my movement, and then I just duck back out.
I'm saying you would have to move into either this space or this space to do it, where Sargoria is not.
Okay, then I move fully into the room and throw my dagger.
Saying you can't just peek around a door and do something like throw a dagger.
Why not? It would just be a higher dexterity use.
I mean,
it just means that they have half cover, which means I have disadvantage, and they get some bonus to AC. But
I think half
it's
cover
whatever,
just
it's a
has
10.
that's actually a
subtraction
good
to the
point.
roll.
We could.
It's a 10 anyways.
They could
Doesn't
have
matter.
half cover, so they would have +2 to AC, I believe.
Yes. Target with half cover has a +2 bonus to AC.
Well, there's my turn. I already moved in.
Let's retcon that. You peeked around the corner, and 10 is not going to be enough.
I know, that's why I said that I just move into the room anyways, because 10 wasn't
Okay.
gonna hit. So I'm here now.
See the dagger clatter against the fireplace. Sargoria, what would you like to do? Or Sargoria and Poppy, you guys are moving at kind of the same time. So who would like to go
Does
first?
it look like anybody that we've seen within the house in the pictures and things like that?
Make a perception check. Don't recognize her.
Okay.
Man, what happened to all those nat 20
Also, her
perception
hair
checks?
is
Right.
white,
Huh? Okay.
wild
So
and white, and
I'm
streaming
going to-
behind her, and it looks like she's in some gale. And I mean, this is like the classic Ghostbusters library kind of specter.
okay. Well, then I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke or Hexblade Curse on her.
Okay.
All right, which is going to give me bonuses to damages and all that shit.
All the good things.
It's cursed for 1 minute. All right,
1
let
minute.
me. Little thing on her
Not a
for
problem.
1 minute.
So I'm going to get my proficiency bonus is 2, so I'm going to get a +2 to my attacks, and any attack rolls of 19 or 20 are.
That's great. And if the target dies, you regain hit points equal to your warlike level plus your charisma modifier.
Which would be 6 hit points. Woohoo! Okay.
That's awesome.
So
Excellent.
I'm gonna,
So you have officially cursed. Do they have to do any type of save? They do not.
Nope.
no,
Nope.
It just
They are-
happens.
All right, so I'm
Yes.
going to use that, and then I'm going to.
I'm not being too loud, am I?
No.
Not to you guys. I'm talking to the place I'm in.
Oh.
I'm going to cast Hellish Rebuke on her.
Okay. Assuming I'm not doing too loud. Doing too loud. Speaking too loud. Okay, that is a dexterity save.
Yes.
11 is not going to make it.
So
She
5
takes-
fire damage.
What kind of fire is this? Is it
It just says fire damage.
describe
you
to me what kind of
They're surrounded in hellish flames. Hellish flames, so reddish black flames, I'm assuming.
Okay. Reddish black flames erupt from underneath this specter, and she writhes and tears at her clothing and takes this 5 fire damage and writhes in pain, and her scream even gets louder at this point. What else would you like to do on your turn?
I believe that's all I can do. Because that was... Oh,
Also,
I guess that's only a reaction. Okay,
You
so I'm
notice-
going to cast Eldritch Blast on her, too.
Yeah,
also
Hellish
notice that the
Rebuke is.
fire
I
did
think
not-
Hellish Rebuke. Yeah, you can only do that when you take damage.
Wait, when I take damage? Oh,
Yeah, Hellish
God.
Rebuke is
Okay,
a
never
reaction
mind.
to taking damage.
Never mind. Whoops, I forgot about that. So I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast on her, then. Just do that.
20 is definitely going to hit
One
for damage. Force damage?
And
Plus
2
perfect.
more because Hexblade's curse.
plus 2 more damage, so 10 damage.
10 damage. All right. You throw out a bolt of Eldritch energy, and it goes across the room, knocking over the armoire that is standing beside the specter, and it hits through the specter, and the blast of force hole inside the specter, and it reforms, and she is grasping at the hole inside of her chest, screaming in pain and in agony as she takes 10 damage. Would you like to do anything else on your turn?
No, that's a 1-turn thing, so that's it.
All right, great. Poppy, what'd you like to do?
I'd like to dash up the stairs. That'll give me 50 movement.
Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. I'll only get you up to right here.
Okay.
Actually, you're able to cut corners, so I'm going to say you're going to do movement. You get right behind, you get right here. You're right behind Sephiros right now. Let's see where that is, but Zephyros can't see you.
Okay.
Yeah, Zephyros is now in front of you, and Officer is just in front of him.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to retcon how far you guys went, because you can... let me show you.
Cut corners.
Cut corners. Here. So I'm going to give you guys more spaces of movement.
Okay. I'll take it.
I'm the DM. I'm allowed to retcon as much as I want. Right, Anira, is Poppy, the you dash, or you like to do anything else in your turn?
I think that's all I got.
Right, Anira, is now your turn.
All right. Gonna run this way.
Anira.
As I cut through this doorway, it looks like I'm able to at least see Zephyros for at least a second. In that second, can I tell that he's hurt?
Make a perception check.
Make a perception check. Okay.
You also see a man
It's all
in a
happening
helmet.
in a snap as you're moving through Sargoria's space. You're kind of pushing through.
Ooh. Nope.
Anything different about that? You just
I just want to put it out there. I have 2 HP.
You actually,
You have 2 HP plus
Yeah,
4, 10
but-
HP.
But
as you move through,
my character knows Zephyros. I've never met anybody else. I've only ever met Zephyros.
but with that perception check, you actually did not see Zephyros through the doorway.
Oh, okay.
You
So I
saw
didn't
a
see
man with a
Zephyros.
helmet.
So move to here,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Let me see what I need to do. I'll just click on it. So then you need to make a
DC 14 Wisdom save or
DC
take
14.
12 damage. Wow. Psychic damage? Okay.
No, that's a really good roll.
Wisdom. Show up in just a second.
Oh!
Oh, is there anything on a successful save?
On a successful save, it takes half damage.
Half damage. So she brings
What
up
I
her
was,
hands to her
what I
ghost
was really,
spirit.
what I was really hoping for is that it would fail, and then it has to move away from me, and it can't use its. It has to succeed a Wisdom saving throw before it can even move towards us.
Okay.
That was my plan.
And with a successful save, that does not happen.
No, they don't have to move.
Just take the half damage.
They just take the half damage.
Wraith's her hands go up to her ghostly ears, and she writhes and screams as it seems like a dissonant noise is pounding through her head. As she brings her arms down towards you, Brainor. Actually passes through you and gets into the space of Sargoria.
Oh my.
So you feel this coldness coming through you.
Okay. I'm gonna step away from her.
No. Do actually not gonna. It's not gonna end its turn on you. It's going to. It is going to pass through right there. I'm sorry, it can't end its turn inside of an object. 18 versus your AC.
I'm sorry, 18 versus my AC. Oh fuck, that hits.
You take 9 necrotic damage. Or it must succeed on a DC 10 Constitution saving throw as well.
Oh.
Who is that against? Is that against me?
Oh, that's against.
Sorry, I got kicked out of the chat.
Oh no!
That's not a Constitution
Okay.
save. That's like just Constitution.
Okay.
I am so glad you didn't hit me. I'd be
Oh,
completely
wait,
dead
wait,
because
wait.
I only have
I
8
want to
health.
use that D6. Can I? Oh wait, is that just against attack? What was that D6 for?
Use Constitution save, not just Constitution.
Oh,
All right, so with the 16, you actually are able to make it
Oh. Okay,
9
so
necrotic damage,
just 9 necrotic damage.
but your hit point maximum is not affected.
Okay.
Next is Zephyros. What would you like to do? And you see this purple ghostly apparition through the door. You see the back of her with a flowing, tattered dress and hair flying in what seems to be wind. It looks like a very scary, ghostly sight. So Zephyros, what would you like?
Going to try and sneak up right here.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And then I'm going to thunder.
Okay.
I'd like to channel
within 5 feet?
energy between my horns.
All right, awesome. Rebuke her. Once we become popular, people are gonna give you crap for that. Like that one girl in Critical Role, and she never uses. So
Alright,
you
she needs to make a con save.
a Constitution save.
Yeah.
yes.
DC
11.
5 is not going to make it. She takes 5 damage. Thunderclap
Heard from up to 100.
You saying?
It can be heard up from 100 feet away, so it probably hurts her ears.
Probably hurts all of us.
It doesn't hurt anybody, but it is heard all throughout the house. It is almost, it matches the pitch of her scream almost.
And then he's gonna move back behind Officer and kind of cower.
Smart
Okay.
plan.
So, whenever you do this thunderclap, emanates from your horns and kind of blows a force of thunder the apparition, and it takes 5 damage. At the end of your turn,
Yeah, that's it.
and as you did so, the specter is almost look like it's struggling to hold its form together. Its shriek has gotten softer and seems to be struggling right now. Are we talking about rules right here?
Oh, yeah.
Is she still standing in my square, or did you move her out of my square?
You
Just
cannot
She's out.
stay in a square with an object, so I was mistaken by that. So she
Okay.
moved out of your square.
I just wanted to make sure because last I had heard, I must have missed the other part. The last I heard, she was standing in my square, and I'm like, well, I'm getting hit by that too.
She's not
Like,
standing in your square right now, but you did feel her ghostly presence.
Okay, cool.
Same thing as that cold spot you investigated earlier passed through you,
Okay, cool.
appeared
Just wanted to make
next
sure.
to you, and seemed to focus her attack directly on you. And she is now screaming in your ear.
Got it.
Officer, what would you like to do?
So he's just gonna run up behind her, and he's gonna try and stab right through with his rapier. 24.
24 is definitely going to hit.
For 10
Even
damage.
though the rapier feels like you're hitting just air, how do damage to this ghostly apparition, and it writhes in pain and screams and tries to grab at the rapier and tries to pull it out, but it can't because you're holding on tight, and it and you leave your ears, and the specter is no more.
As Officer kills it, he just kind of addresses everybody and it's like, "This is why we don't split up."
We were fine. We were fine.
I'm sure.
Okay, so I'm gaining 6 HP back.
I love that Hexblood curses. It doesn't make you have to kill to get the hit points back. You just get them back.
Just as long as it dies.
Officer's then going to step into the room.
Okay. You find a bedroom containing a large bed, 2 end tables, and an empty wardrobe.
Do I see a girl here?
Zephyros is also going to step into the room.
Oh, what? If Zephyros is moving behind him, Officer will move into the room proper, and he looks at the newcomer and is like, I suppose you were also dragged in here in some manner.
Yeah, I was camping on the side of a road with a young boy and woke up locked in the nursery over there. Don't know how it happened. Then after I say that, I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna see Zephyros and I'm gonna go Zephyros and I'm gonna see if he looks like he's damaged at all.
Zephyros looks pretty beat up.
He looks pretty beat up.
Like he's damaged.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to cast Healing Word on him.
Okay.
Come on.
Zephyros claps. And hugs Anira.
Boop.
Zephyros, you get back 5 damage, or 5 HP, I should say.
Yay, full heal.
And I'm going to pull out a bunch of string out of my pocket of different colors, and I'm going to tie it between the different tines of his antlers. Being careful not to cross the middle, where in the space between the antlers, but kind of like around the edges.
Okay. So you tie some string to the antlers, and what color string? Is it red?
Different colors. There's reds, blues, greens, yellows.
Okay. So it's brightly colored.
Yep.
And the string intertwines within the, I believe what they're called, and makes him quite a bit less scary than he was before.
As she does this, Officer's just gonna sheath his rapier and be like, "Well, one more person will be helpful. We've been tasked to clear out a monster in the basement of this place, but apparently there's also hostiles upstairs, so we're trying to make sure everything gets cleared out before we head downstairs, where we're for sure there is danger."
Yeah, I'm gonna move you. I'm assuming you're gonna move up into where the party is happening.
Zephyros is going to use Goodberry for everyone and
Yeah, that's good.
give them to anyone that needs help.
I could use a couple.
If Officer gets handed any, he will hand them to Chain, who's not here, but...
Was that okay that I moved you?
I could use 3.
That's fine.
Okay, nobody was giving you a chance to talk, so I just wanted to make sure that you're a part of the action. Okay, so you cast Goodberry, and how many Goodberries do you deal out?
I'll hand out all 10. Just make sure at least everyone gets one.
Everyone gets one.
And those that look more damaged get more. Everyone gets 2. I'll give everyone 2.
Lucien, what are you doing at this time?
I'm just chilling.
You're still in the dining room? You don't
Yep,
you do
I
not
think
hear
I'm-
the ghostly shriek anymore, and you did hear a thunderclap earlier, just
I'm
before
just
the
gonna
ghostly
make-
shriek ended.
Just gonna make my way upstairs slowly but surely.
You're making your way to the third floor, the second floor, or which floor would you like to, where the party is?
Wherever everybody's at, I'm just gonna make my way up there slowly but surely.
I'm back.
You're able to get
Oh.
behind Poppy, and you see no sign of battle or anything really. All you see is that a pile of armor that is now looking rusted and fallen apart. Would you like to do anything else?
Where's this staircase that everybody's trying to go in? Hell with it! I want to push by everybody and go in the staircase.
Okay, you come into
I
the
see
room and
healing
you notice
items.
that the full-length mirror open and reveals a cobweb-filled room with a staircase leading upwards.
The mirror moves?
I had already pushed it open, so it was open.
I see. Officer will step in, and he's also going to say to Sargoria, like, you and I should lead the charge. We're the most able to take on people close up.
I believe Lucien got in there first. Is that correct?
Yep.
I can't.
Alright.
Go ahead and move your token there.
I guess he
I'll-
wants to die first.
All right, you make your way into the attic. It turns, and there's a door in front of you. So, as always, eventually I will have a good computer, guys. I swear, and I'll be able to stream and do things with it. Okay, who else is following him?
Officer is behind him.
As well.
And the officer will also look to Anira and like, you should probably stay behind us. We're better able to take hits.
Sargoria, you follow as well?
Yeah.
Alright, it's getting kind of tight up in this stairwell.
I follow behind.
So how do you guys get the different look on the chat? Like the yellowish color?
/EM base.
You mean
Okay.
ME?
Yeah, I think it's EM.
No, it's /me.
Nope, /EM too.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you just do /EM or ME and space whatever you're typing, it'll do it in that color.
Poppy is also following behind Chain. Zephyros and Anira, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Zephyros is going to grab Anira's hand. And just
Yes, it-
follow wherever she goes.
Yeah, I was gonna willingly take your hand. I didn't know if you were wanting to go or not. But so while we're walking, I'm going to be with him, in a mix of Sylvan and Elvish that we've used through our journeys up to this point before. I've gotten used to the Zephyros talk.
Zephyros knows Sylvan?
Druid should know it.
Yeah.
Okay. I know they know Druidic. I did not know they knew Sylvan as well.
It's
I should pick up
It's a
the elven
specific-
parts of that.
it's a specific subclass that gets to know Sylvan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Circle of
Does not
Shepherd, I
know
think.
Sylvan.
I thought all
But
of them
you
did.
guys, I will say that you guys have developed a rapport,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a language of your own, and you are able to understand each other to an extent.
Okay, so then I will be talking in our mutual mixed language.
Okay.
And are we going up the stairs? I didn't know if he was going up the stairs following the party or not.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just-
should probably stay close.
Yeah, because I'm just following. We're holding hands.
Very great. Lucien, you are faced with a door.
Alright, so I'm going to sneakily, stealthy in the door, undoubtedly not. So basically, I just kick the door open and I'm going to see what I see.
Try to stealthily open the door, but it accidentally leaves your hand and wall. It doesn't quite bang, but it hits against the wall, and you see in front of you a larger room.
Let's see what's in front of me as I walk into the room.
All right. You see a bare hall that is choked with dust and cobwebs. Perception check. You notice that a door right here with a padlock.
Well, in that case, I'm going to walk up and I'm going to investigate the lock.
It looks to be a very sturdy lock. It has hair, but it is still very much. It's made of nice brass, and it is still held quite firm.
Well,
The rest of you
in that
following
case,
him up into the attic. You guys can go ahead and move.
Officer will move, walk up there, and then, seeing that there's a lock, he's gonna shout back, Jane, need you to pick a lock.
Let me move the rest of you guys into the attic area.
Chancellor's okay and walks up to the door, waiting for Lucien to move out from right in front of it.
Give me 1 second, guys. My computer's being slow again, and I am moving you guys as quickly as I can.
Oh, dang. All the way over there.
And you guys are free to move about the hall right now.
I am still waiting for Lucien to move. To try and pick the lock.
Lucien, what do you do?
I'm going to knock on the door just for shits and giggles.
I don't say
Knock
anything,
on the
but I'm
door
just... Oh.
and speak in celestial, infernal, abyssal, elvish, and common. Asking if anybody is in there.
All right, so this takes a minute as you're able to go through the different guttural languages that you completely comprehend. Some of it sounds demonic, some of it sounds high and
I know Celestial.
very light, and some of it sounds ethereal in a way, and some of it sounds very musical. And
if Officer hears him doing that, Officer's just gonna shout at the door in Dwarven as well.
Okay, during all this, you also hear the guttural sound of Dwarven speech, the and soon like a very Germanic.
Officer is shouting curses.
Okay. And you guys are met with silence.
And Celestial Chan will say to Lucien to move out of the way so I can pick the lock.
I'll say something in Infernal and Abyssal as well, see if we can get some sort of information.
Poppy, you examine that door, and it seems to be a regular door. Great. You can talk as well, Poppy.
Sorry, I'm eating some crackers.
So remember, an extra, you still got that bardic inspiration.
You're thinking of listening. I appreciate that.
What do you want me to use it for?
I don't know. Just, you have it still. You haven't
Can I
used
open
it yet.
the door?
Right.
Yes, I'm getting to that right now.
Okay.
A room. Let me describe it to you. It seems to be a dust-choked spare bedroom. See, is a nightstand and writing desk with a stool, wardrobe, a slender bed, a small iron stove, and a rocking chair. All in a lacy yellow dress sits in the northern window box, cobwebs draping it like a wedding veil.
Can I look around the room to see if there's anything in here that's potentially useful?
Absolutely, make an investigation check.
Sure.
And chain with thieves' tools, you are able to open the padlock.
Is the rest of the door locked? I'm gonna try the handle and try and push it up.
The door itself is not locked. It was just chained and padlocked.
Okay. After I undo the lock, I'm
You
going.
don't find anything else other than the doll in the window box. Open the door, chain.
Quietly. Sleight of hand or stealth for quietly.
Stealth.
Wow. Okay.
Not bad. You almost silently slide open the door.
Office.
You're cutting out, Arkin.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
It reveals a room that contains a bricked-up window flanked by two dusty wood-frame beds sized for children. Closer to the door is a toy chest with windmills painted on its side, and a dollhouse is the perfect replica of the dreary edifice in which you stand. Draped in cobwebs, lying in the middle of the floor are two small skeletons wearing tattered but familiar clothing. One of the two cradles a stuffed doll that you also recognize.
Seeing the skeletons, Chain will let out a little yelp and move away from the door.
Officer will then hear in the yelp move immediately in front of her and inside the room.
I will move up as well.
And he'll look at the skeletons and kneel down and examine them closer, see if he can get any information.
Give me an investigation check. Poppy, what are you doing? You just went back into the kind of foyer, not the foyer, but the hallway.
Yeah, I took the doll off the windowsill, and then I came back to meet everybody.
Okay. Check the skeletons, and they're obviously the skeletons of children, and you recognize the clothing and the doll being held by the smaller skeleton as and Thorn, the children that were outside of the mansion before that told you that there was a monster in the basement. seem to be wearing identical clothing, just tattered, and an identical stuffed doll is clutched in the smaller one's hands.
Officer will shudder slightly, and then search the rest of the room.
Search what? Sorry?
Search the rest of the room.
Okay, there is a dollhouse, a chest, and 2 beds. What would you like to search?
He'll open the chest first.
Okay, you open up the chest. And the children seem to rise up out of their skeletal remains, and the older one, Rose, the girl, asks, "Mr. Bartoist?"
Hmm? I'm not stealing anything.
They're ours. Would you like to play with us?
No.
Offer to play with them, they might kill us. Play with the little children, play!
I'm too busy trying to deal with your monster.
Yes, the monster in the basement. Mommy and Daddy said we'd be safe in here.
They lied.
I'm so hungry.
I would think so. Well, we'll still deal with whatever's in the basement, regardless of what's happened to you two.
I do hope that you do. And the little boy is still sobbing into his stuffed doll.
Officer will kneel down and look at the little boy and it's like, you shouldn't cry anymore. There's no point to it. Crying does nothing.
Okay. It kind of sniffles and looks up at you, kind of with a scared expression, and silent tears still run down its face.
The first step in being strong is to not cry in front of other people.
Officer, Words of wisdom by Officer.
Oh, what? Yeah. Oh, word of wisdom. Yeah. And then Officer is going to he's going to turn to everyone else and he's going to be like, so the children we've been tasked to help with the monster are dead. Their ghosts would have tasked us with this. I think it's still prudent of us to deal with the issue regardless.
That sounds prudent to me.
How do the rest of you react to this news?
I'm gonna be like, what children?
We were tasked when we entered this place by 2 children to deal with a monster in the basement. They're dead and it was their ghosts talking to us. Their corpses are right behind me.
I'm gonna just look at you like you're a crazy person.
I mean, you've been locked into a nursery by a wraith, kind of specter.
He's like, I already thought everything was bad.
You have a high bar for crazy right now.
Yes.
I thought I should make you all aware of the current situation. You can make your own decisions on whether you want to continue or not, based on the new information.
Officer, for trying to console the boy, I'm going to give you an inspiration point.
Hey! Officer will then not look back and walk out of the room.
As you try to walk out of the room, the little boy says, "No, please come back," and he runs towards you and 1 second. And seems to envelop you and go inside of you, and you feel this otherness, this other presence inside you as you cross the threshold of the door.
Officer got possessed, everybody.
He's been touched by the spirit of the level.
And you now have the following flaw. I'm scared of everything, including my own shadow, and weep with despair when things don't go my way.
Oh.
That is the exact opposite of what everything officer is.
Exactly.
Well,
You're able to that happens as you pass through the threshold of the door and leave the room.
does officer notice the change in his demeanor? Like how he now feels scared?
Can Chain notice the change in his demeanor?
Make an insight check, Chain.
With advantage, because I know him so well?
Yeah, let's say so.
I didn't need advantage.
You do notice that something is odd about him as he came out of the room.
Would
Chain will look at
officer
him
notice?
quizzically.
Would officer notice this about himself?
You are scared of everything. You
You see your own shadow from your torch.
explain the reason you start to be scared of everything. It's not something that you know is a feel the change, but it is now a part of you. It is a part of your personality now.
Officer will just shiver, and then be like, we should move quickly. He's gonna start walking down. He's
Chain
going.
points at Officer and says, in common, aloud to everybody, you got possessed.
Officer hearing this will shake
Exactly.
again.
Get on Nordic tracks. I think you mean exorcise. Burpees?
Well, I suppose when dealing with ghosts, that can happen.
Do you relay this otherness presence inside you to the party officer?
If
I
he's
just
made
told
aware,
them.
if she said he just got possessed, and like, yeah, that's likely what has happened.
Okay, so everybody knows that you are now possessed by the young boy that was standing in front of the mansion.
Told you to play with him.
I'm gonna go look in this room down here.
You touch him, Poppy, and use Spare the Dying, but it doesn't seem to take an effect.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Officer, make a dexterity save.
Oh, officer, no.
Seeing this happen, Chain will hit Poppy.
From the ceiling, radiant flames burst down, and sorry, I'm not disturbing you. Oh, it's you. From the ceiling, radiant flames came down and enveloped Officer, and he took 7 radiant damage.
I forgot to add my sneak attack to that, but I
23
hit Poppy.
Why are
Probably
you?
going to hit Poppy.
Yeah, she hit my friend. So, sneak attack because I have advantage.
He's possessed, asshole.
10 damage. I didn't say hit him.
He's possessed, asshole.
Yeah, 10 damage.
Do 10 damage.
This is me.
Technically, an ally he does sneak attack damage.
Yep. That was that d6.
Do I have to change that?
You do take 10 damage, yeah.
Reduce it by 10. It's your current HP in your character sheet. You can
Okay.
also click on your token and change the HP, the red,
Okay, I think I fixed it. Yeah.
the red bar or the red circle is your HP. So you guys know, the red circle is your HP, the green circle is your AC, and the blue circle is your movement speed. If you guys are interested in what your tokens are.
Okay.
Once Officer gets hit by this flame and hears Chain stab somebody, he's just gonna shout, "Stop!" as loud as he possibly can.
Probably isn't much because you saw your own shadow because Sacred Flame lets you.
I mean, he could still be loud. He's just spooked.
Scared. He starts crying.
Oh.
Can't see it because the helmet.
We can hear it.
But yeah, he's just gonna shout, "Stop!"
I sheath my rapier.
None of that.
You regain 6 hit points with the use of Second Wind, Officer.
Yep.
Poppy is now... He got a beating from Chain.
I give Poppy the dirtiest look.
This is not how we handle things.
I move to the next door and open this one.
One second.
I'm gonna move.
There's actually a door out into a very small balcony out at the top of the house.
I'll step outside to the edge and notice. Do I see anything out here?
Oh, you find the other around you are obscured by the mist and seem to be enveloping you on all sides.
But nothing past mist.
Is this door open, by the way?
Yeah, Poppy went in there before.
Okay, I'm gonna look in the room.
You see a spare bedroom that has a slender bed and end table and let's see, 1 second. A dust cloaked
Is this
room.
the one with the yellow dress?
A wardrobe and a rocking chair.
Hmm.
Lucien, what are you doing during all this time? Deadly, are you there?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I
Lucien
couldn't hear
doing
you
all
who
this
you called. Yeah.
What is Lucien doing all this time?
I think Lucien's going to just kick up in this door and walk into this room below him.
Okay, let me
Right here.
Right, you kick open the door and you find a dusty chamber packed with old furniture, chairs, coat racks, standing mirrors, dress mannequins, and the like, all draped in dusty white sheets. Near an iron stove underneath. Yeah, that is what you say. That is what you see. You see everything. You're doing a perception of the room. You notice underneath, underneath one of the sheets, the edge of a wooden trunk.
All right, which one is it?
One by the iron stove right here.
Alright, so I'm going to move over there close to it, and I am going to check it out.
Investigate the iron trunk without opening it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it first.
An iron trunk. It's a wooden trunk.
I'm
You
gonna
don't see any
check it
type
out
of
first before I just.
location, doesn't come up with anything. You don't see any type of lock or trap or anything of that like.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Alright, you open it up and you see wrapped skeletal remains of a woman wrapped in a tattered bed sheet stained with dried blood.
Alright. Well, upon seeing this, damn, I ain't got no salt.
You don't have salt?
Alright. Yeah, I don't have any salt.
Were you about to
gotta salt and
supernatural
burn.
this?
You gotta salt and burn the bones, man.
We've all seen Supernatural. We know how it's done.
Exactly.
All right, Poppy is now collecting the bones of the young boy.
Also, is the door above Officer locked if he tries it?
It is. You try it, and it is not. It opens up.
He will open.
By the way, Chains is just gonna sit out on the balcony, like cross-legged.
It opens up into a webbed-filled room containing a slender bed, a nightstand, a rocking chair, a wardrobe, and a small iron stove.
He's just gonna check out the room, check the wardrobe underneath the bed, everything.
Give me an investigation check.
11. Ugh.
Open up the wardrobe and it contains nothing, and you do not seem to find anything else in the room.
Officer will then head back out and raise his voice so everyone can hear him. And it's like, he'll probably actually walk over here, and he'll raise his voice so everyone can hear him. We should probably rest before heading downstairs. It's likely we'll encounter more hostility down there than we have up here. And
Remember,
some
you
of
are
us are
scared of everything.
Yeah, he is scared. He's just He's a military commander. He understands how to fake it. Yeah.
Because you're scared. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and also he knows how to hide his feelings to an extent, being a military commander.
Until he sees something jump out and he screams like a little bitch and cries.
Yep.
But and he's
Actually,
and
the flaw said that he would cry, so he just breaks down the second something jumps out.
He will just address everyone and say, "It's best that we rest. It's best that we rest. There are beds up here if you want to sleep. If you wish to sleep, if we all wish to sleep up here."
Didn't you just take a nap?
We took a short rest, but it's many of us have used magic, and from what I know of that, it's not easily brought back.
As you're collecting the remains, Poppy, Rose looks behind your shoulder.
Yeah.
Kill the monster?
Oh, not yet.
Okay, the monster's in the basement.
I don't think we've been able to find the basement yet. Is there some kind of secret trapdoor somewhere that we should know of?
Points towards the dollhouse.
We can use the dollhouse to get to the basement?
And she says, "Look."
I look at the dollhouse.
Give me a perception check. It says, she also says there's a secret door in the attic.
Where?
And you find it to be a perfect representation of the mansion. Like, you
Exact
see
replica.
a secret door that opens up where here would be.
Okay, thank you for that information.
Anira, what are you doing with your performance?
Oh, I'm just playing songs for Zephyros.
Okay. Do you collect both of the remains, Poppy?
Yes.
So, whenever you left the room, please don't leave me. And she ran and came into your body. That sounds gross. Into your body, and you now gain the following flaw. I like being in charge, and I get angry when people tell me what to do.
Okay.
Why couldn't that have been what Officer got?
Because you're a bad boy. You left early. You left the boy in tears.
Chain is still sitting on the balcony alone. She would have shut the door as well.
I'm gonna move forward to the other room here that nobody.
Oh no, Officer checked there.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Officer, we'll just address everyone like. So, does everyone would everyone agree that we could use time to rest?
No, I think we need to do what we came here for and go fight the monster.
If you believe you're capable enough to do that at your current state, then so be it.
Remember, you also cry at anything that doesn't go your way.
Mm-hmm.
You weep with despair when things don't go your way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Officer will then turn and open the door here and say to Chain, we're moving. And he'll lift up his helmet a little bit and use the inside of his cloak to wipe his face because he is crying.
No.
Right?
Chain will hug him as she walks back in.
Okay, Zephyros and Anira, what are you doing during all this?
So while I'm sitting there playing, I'm gonna peek into the other rooms. I think I heard something about a yellow dress.
There was a doll with a yellow dress that.
Oh,
we
okay.
got to-
Okay, I thought it was like an actual yellow dress. I'm still gonna peek in the rooms and see if there's anything that might pique my interest.
Okay, make an investigation check as you peek into the rooms.
Investigation.
Don't find anything out of the ordinary. It all just seems like a dusty, cobwebbed, spare bedrooms, and nothing
Okay.
really comes out of the ordinary.
I'm just gonna keep playing music to entertain Zephyros.
Hey, Poppy, what are you doing?
I'm trying to find the secret door, and I'm trying to rally Lucien, but I think he's asleep.
Officer will point out that there's a door on the other side of the room.
That's a window, officer.
Is it?
Get your shit together.
There's two Zephyros.
There's a window.
Oh, it is a window. I didn't.
How are there two Zephyros?
Zephyros!
Officer will come in and help look for a secret door.
They're both different too.
That's pretty
Hey,
cool. What is happening?
Poppy, you look
No,
for
no.
in the woodwork.
Look
and
Oh, I'm sorry, Arkin. Can you give my other token sight, please?
I'm sorry?
Can you give my other token sight?
Other
know,
token.
wasn't- Yeah, it wasn't the right one. That was Falco's work.
Oh, this token right here.
Yeah.
It's,
Sorry, I didn't mean to just interrupt.
No, you're totally fine. 1 second.
Also, I would like to point out that after the whole ordeal a little bit ago, Chain is keeping a very good, keeping an eye on Poppy, and she has her hand resting on her rapier, and the other one, near her dagger.
As you're looking for this secret door, you're finding chinks and seams in
can't
the
use that word.
woodwork. I can if I'm referring to a wall.
No, you're trying to build a wall now, like Trump. I'm kidding.
Actually, trying to build this.
So you are trying to build a wall.
Trying to build this Zephyros token and make sure that it is correct.
Actually, he's trying to build this encounter, and yes, it is a wall of flesh.
I hate that Darkest Dungeon boss.
Yeah.
In 1 second.
It's okay, I got bagpipes.
You're gonna scream at it with your bagpipes. I cursed wall of flesh.
Say walls of dead bodies, that's a very Scottish thing. I'll come at it with my bagpipes. They'll think me as one of their own.
Walls of Dead Body. Walls of Dead Bodies, that's a band name.
You pry open the door or you pry open in between some of the wood paneling, and a door opens up.
We'll start following the rest of the party.
And you see a dark, tight
still playing.
spiral staircase winding its way down.
Ooh. Alright guys, I found the basement. Guys.
What did the rest of you do with this information?
Yep, I am following
Do I hear
while still
her?
playing the violin quietly.
You play the
That's what
violin
hasn't
quietly.
been searched yet.
You strum slow, or you use the bow slowly, so you're not causing a lot of vibration.
Yeah, I guess so. Sagira, what are you doing?
Has this room been fully checked yet?
It has
all
by
the
Poppy and also Anira.
Okay, well then I'm gonna go wherever she was yelling.
In to the wall like that if you want to.
No, I'm trying to.
Oh yeah!
Okay.
Bust through the wall. Oh yeah!
So what would you guys like to do? You found
I
this
could horn the
spiral
wall.
staircase.
I'll take the lead and start going down.
A narrow spiral staircase made of creaky wood is contained within a 5-foot wide shaft of mortared stone that starts in the attic and descends 50 feet, passing through the lower levels of a house as it makes its descent. Thick cobwebs fill the shaft and reduce visibility in the staircase to 5 feet.
Okay.
And
Officer
you guys
directly behind.
moved the basement.
Chain is right next to Officer at all times.
Let me... There.
This is a big map. This is a really big map.
It is huge.
It's a big house.
It's a house with a fucking cathedral under it, apparently.
Hey, where'd my token go?
I am getting there, Sargoria.
Well, I'm needy, you know that.
Looks like my computer is being slow again. I don't want to open up your character sheet. No, Sargoria, why are you doing this? Why are you being a bitch?
You know, just because I am, okay? I'm a tiefling. It's my infernal nature.
I still only see black, but I guess
Yep.
that's...
I haven't
Yeah, I'm just. I
down
think
yet.
the tokens are waiting.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mess everything up.
You're totally fine. Somehow your chain, your token had changed. Did you change your selected token?
Me?
I can't touch that. That's only for you. So,
Why is it?
don't know.
Saying you don't have a automatic token.
Oh no.
I have no idea.
Uh,
Oh
oh,
no.
right now. 1 second. Let me put in your sight. You have dark vision, correct? Up to 60 feet
Yes, 60 feet.
and 30 feet of low light vision.
There you go. I can see in dim light within 60 feet of you as if it were bright light, and in darkness as if it was dim light. So,
We will roll with it right now, and we will fix it in post. Make your token for you, and Lucien and Anira, you're not yet in the basement. Give me 1 second.
Also, I believe Zephyros would still have Officer's Torch. So us two human boys can see.
Yeah, if that torch goes out, I've got dancing lights I can cast.
Light it on fire.
Why is this being so slow? It's because it's a very large map.
Go into the restroom. I'll be right back.
Take 1 moment, guys. I'd like to take this moment to thank Falco for all the wonderful art that he has done.
Yeah.
Name out all the characters that you've done the art for.
Huh?
Characters that you did the art for.
Officer, Chain, and Zephyros. I've done those three. And then also in upcoming Storm King's Thunder, I've done the brothers so far. And Red.
Okay, we may do Storm King's Thunder on Beholding Dice or not. That is up to Brainor.
What? Sorry, I'm looking at something.
To put Storm King's Thunder under Beholding Dice.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, I did the brothers in Red so far, and I'm probably gonna do Attorney's character as well.
Okay. Would you like to? Would you like to record that game and send it to our?
Yes, I will do that.
Would appreciate it.
Also, my Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Stack on top of each other, by the way, right now. You're coming down the stairs.
I can't see anything, but I assume that's because I'm a human and can't see.
You gave your torch to
Zephyros.
who I can't see right now. Everybody
I'm
else,
guiding him along, so I'm right behind him.
everybody else,
I'm
and move
underneath.
about.
I'm back.
Feroz, is that you? Yes. it
Yeah,
is.
I moved out from...
So I see I'm stacked on top of everybody. We're crowding in! We're crowding in!
Welcome to Hallways.
We're coming to get you! We're coming to get you!
I'm
There
letting
you
Pop go
You
first.
should be able to see something now, officer.
Oh, I can't. No, still can't see anything.
Yeah, say Zephyros and I would be right next to each other. Because
So
we're
you're
holding
not-
hands. I am.
Right.
There's a space in between. I'd be right there.
Give me 1 second. Let me put officer on the map. because this map is so large. I need a better computer. Here's officer. Can you
There
see?
we go. Yeah, now I can see.
I did not have you on the map. That was my bad. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me describe what you see. The wooden spiral staircase from the attic ends here, and a narrow tunnel stretches southward before branching east and west. From the moment you arrive in the basement, an eerie, incessant chant echoing throughout. It's impossible to gauge where the sound is coming from until you read. No, I can't read that. You can't discern the words, but the chant is echoing throughout the halls. All right, let's. What would Poppy like to do? Since you're
I would like. Sorry, go ahead.
Right now. No, I'm saying since you're kind of in the lead right now.
Okay, I want to cast Detect Good and Evil.
Okay.
Hang on, my character sheet's being strange. Ah! There we go.
Is to concentrate for up to 10 minutes. And for the duration, if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, faith, being within 30 feet of you, you, as well as where the creature's located. Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, so do I detect anything currently?
No, you do not.
Okay.
Do not detect any fiend, aberration, elemental, celestial, faith, fiend, or undead.
Alright.
They do detect a fae, but directly behind you, actually.
Oh, hello, Faye. Where's
Saddle.
my token?
I don't. Would I be considered a fae?
I believe
I'm
it's
still an elf.
underneath Anira's token.
You are out of game. Anira is of the fae creature.
Hmm.
That's how I believe, right?
I have Fey ancestry.
Yeah, say I've got fae ancestry.
So that
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not a fae.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still an elf.
You are actually an Eladrin.
Yeah, so for rules, there's only two races that are considered something other than just humanoids, and that's centaurs and minotaurs. And they specifically have a feature that's like you're considered a humanoid and a aberration.
Oh.
Or a monstrosity.
I think that Eladrin would consider fae and celestials would be like Brainer's
Everybody is
character
heading
in Horde
on.
of the Dragon Queen.
What?
What's,
Yeah, I just got a bunch of people breaking up,
Yeah, me too.
so I heard none of that.
That was a Discord
Okay,
thing.
I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Sorry. I thought that Eladrin would be thought of as Fae.
No. They are fae kin, but they're not fae.
Okay.
Mhm. They're still.
Just
I
like
mean,
Okay.
they're no more. They're no more fae than any other elf. They
They're
just.
more like a high elf in regards to
Yeah.
being fae, though.
They're more attuned to the
Fae wow.
to fae.
Oh lord.
Oh my god, that's insane.
that's not.
Oh no.
Hello.
All right, I can barely hear you.
Hi. Discord is
There.
dying.
Yeah, that was.
Discord is dying.
I
Yeah.
think that might be a sign to maybe start wrapping it up before Discord crashes in the middle of something big.
Yeah.
All right,
And
in
Nah,
that
the
case,
vampire
this is-
king and...
We'll power
This is-
through. If we have to do it all by type chat, we'll do it all by type chat.
There we go.
no, I think everybody's still here, but Discord is
Currently in the
Kicking people out.
process of dying.
go ahead and into
Quick.
next session. You
Poppy,
guys,
cast Spare the Dying.
Wait, what?
True
That's
resurrect
really dying in
Discord.
Discord.
True resurrect Discord.
Yeah.
all right. Thank you to Deadly, Falco, Slothy, Brainor, Anestra, Friendly Star, and Eterniate for showing up. Thank you everybody that is listening in. Thank you to Incompetech for the music, and thank you for all of the artists, especially Falco and Brainor. Do you remember the name of your artist?
Who you asking?
Brainer.
Is Brainor there?
Yeah, Jonathan Monroe. Is his name.
Shout out
Is
to
his
them.
name.
And did we find the artist for Lucien?
Sakimichan, yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
Sakimichan.
Are we gonna take a long rest on the staircase?
Officer suggested a long rest, but was shot down.
That's up to you guys if you want to take a long rest in this creepy basement that has turned into some sort of dungeon.
I guess
We could
that's
always
what
go
we're
back
going
up the
for.
stairs.
Can you write that name into the chat of this? Because I'm going to butcher the name.
Sakimi.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Sakimi-chan. Thanks to Sakimi-chan. And thank you for everybody listening. I've already said that. And thank you to Cade for housing me and being cool with me playing D&D here. Oh, for having an awesome week. I really enjoyed this week.
Yay.
Got some possessions. We got some cool things happening. You guys are in the dungeon.
I almost one-shot Poppy.
So far, Officer has 2 kills.
I would have died of laughter if I one-shot Poppy.
So far, Officer has 2 kills.
Nice.
Now he's a scared little boy.
He's also still a military commander.
Okay, so he's a scared little military commander who's crying because he doesn't get his
Bye.
back.
Yeah.
Very
By
well.
the way, guys, for those that I haven't seen it or not, or weren't in the game yesterday, for Saturday, on that session, I've bought a bunch of different compendium books, or I don't know what to call them,
Books.
whatever they're called. Yeah. And they should be available for you to use. So like if your subclass and stuff like that comes out of Volo's guide, it should
Did you
be
get
auto-populated. I did, but Xanathar's isn't available for the character mancer. At least not
Yeah.
yet. Because
Well,
that's
Did you look up why? Or is that just a Roll20 weirdness?
it's so they've only like in the last
Emily.
6-7 months have started adding that stuff into the character mancer. Like character mancer is actually a pretty new thing.
Oh yeah, it's brand new.
Right.
So they are slowly adding those things. Like Xanathar's guide was only added this last January.
Gotcha.
Like that's
And you also had to deal with losing this that I was using
Oh my god.
as I can't remember
But yeah,
what.
so Player's Handbook is available. Xanathar's is available. Compendium information from Volo's Guide to Monsters is available. Yeah, so you'll have a little bit more options for if you haven't already made your character or would like to redo your character before we start.
I've already got all the stuff for red in there already, so.
Yeah.
I'm out.
I think I'm
Later,
probably
guys.
gonna redo my
But-
character.
Yeah. But you'll also, whenever you level up, that stuff will be available for you too. So if you have like a
Hooray.
subclass that you haven't actually picked yet, but you're planning on picking that's in different books, it's now available. And that also goes for like I don't know, like for the wizard, there was only one subclass for me to pick, so I had to basically enter everything else in.
Yeah.
That's all going to be available now because I have Player's Handbook. So.
Oh,
Yep.
I can actually add the spell I'm going to get at 3rd level directly into my character sheet. That's going to be nice.
If
Yeah.
Roll20 isn't a bitch and lets you actually drag and drop spells.
Yeah.
I mean, they should be available. I set it so that I was sharing my collection in the game.
That is very awesome. Thank you so much.
Also, I
Yep.
found out something interesting. At 6th level, Red's going to be doing more damage than a rogue of similar level with 1 spell and a cantrip.
Yep.
You doing Sorlock or what are you doing?
No, I'm gonna be Chainlock. But there's a spell called
before we
Shadow.
get into this talk, Poppy, have you already ended the stream?
No.
Let's plug Storm King's Thunder coming on Saturday. Not necessarily Saturday night, but maybe Saturday late at night or in the morning.
It's gonna be late. It's gonna have to be fairly late at night because I work Saturday, so we'll have to do it after I get off work.
Okay.
If I'm the one recording it, it probably
We're going
won't
to be
be.
recording it, and Falco is going to be uploading it to.
If I'm the one recording it, probably won't come on until until Monday morning, because of my internet.
Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. So look for that next Monday morning. Also look for Horde of the Dragon Queen.
I hope to get that out on tomorrow night. That's my plan.
Awesome. The first session of Horde of the Dragon Queen should come out tomorrow night. And what else? Our second session we're having on Monday, so that will come out probably next Wednesday as well. Thank you, Falco, for being our camera guy for all that.
Yeah.
And thank you, Poppy, for being our camera dwarf.
You're welcome.
Hopefully it wasn't too hard.
No, it's all good.
All right, we can go ahead and end the stream whenever you would like.
Okay.
For Red, I found a spell.